Coming up on DC News Now, last glimpse of a legend. Speculation swirls whether Alex Ovechkin will hang up his skates. Just how high ticket prices are soaring ahead of tomorrow's showdown on the ice. Policy or politics? The president accuses Virginia's governor of wanting to raise taxes, his claims, and how the governor is responding after the legislative session.
And it has been absolutely gorgeous weather-wise and temperature-wise, but the temps are going to rise quite a bit actually during the work week. We'll talk about that coming up.
Utility rate fight. How Pepco proposes raising costs as families continue to feel the pinch. Got an inside look, plus how you can weigh in. And sizing up gas station savings. How to find which pumps offer the lowest prices here at home. We're stretching your dollar. Good Saturday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. We have breaking news. One person is dead. Two more are hurt after a shooting in Southeast D.C. tonight. You're watching DC News Now at 9 o'clock. Police say this happened in the Shipley neighborhood of the Orchard Park Apartments on 22nd Street around 6:40 p.m. When officers got there near the Maryland line, they found a man dead. One other man was unconscious, though he was breathing, and a third man was conscious and breathing after being shot. Police say they're looking for a dark-colored sedan that was last seen headed towards Southern Avenue nearby. We'll stay on top of that one, no doubt. All right, tossing it up to meteorologist Scott Sumner. He's been looking at your forecast, and he's been forecasting what ended up being an absolutely monumentally gorgeous Saturday. Will it continue, Scott?
I think so for the rest of the weekend, but after that, all bets are off there, Ben, that's for sure, because temperatures are going to rise, and it's going to feel a lot more like summer than it is spring. Right now, we have high pressure that's right around the Buffalo area. That's bringing in some beautiful light northerly winds, and it has kept us on the coolish side, not too hot, not too warm. You know, it's just been absolutely perfect. So, what can we expect for the overnight? Pretty much the same thing. Now, looking ahead, though, we're going to be testing some records, especially by the middle of the week here. Hagerstown on Wednesday, April 15th, your record was 85, set back in 1960. Dulles, Reagan National, also in the 80s. Annapolis and Martinsburg, around 90 degrees. A lot of these go back a good, 60 plus years, so we'll watch that to see if any are going to be broken. And even to a degree Thursday, we'll have to watch out for some records, especially here in D.C. But not tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're not going to see any records. We're going to have another nice day. Your brunch forecast shows you temperatures in the 60s between 11 and 1 p.m. We'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Ben?
All right, Scott, thank you. New tonight, we've learned about 3 people who were rescued early this morning from the Potomac River after their small fishing boat hit a tree and left them stranded. That's according to a Montgomery County fire. They say they responded to the river near 10-Foot Island around 12:30 a.m. near Riley's Lock and the Bretton Woods Golf Course. And first responders told us the 3 were hanging on to that tree before being rescued around 1. Along with the help from Loudoun County Fire and Rescue on the Virginia side of the river. No word on the condition. A woman was killed in a crash this morning in Prince George's County, not far from Northwest Stadium. Police say this happened at Landover Road and Martin Luther King Jr. Highway around 1:30. Still no word exactly what happened. And 2 shootings happened within 20 minutes of one another last night, leaving a man dead and another hurt, both in Southeast D.C. Police say they were first called for shots fired on 30th Street near the 7th District Police Precinct near the Maryland border in Suitland Parkway. MPD says the man was conscious and breathing at the time, but he did die at the hospital. The second shooting reportedly happened 20 minutes later, roughly 3 miles away on Hillside Road, but police believe the 2 shootings are not connected. And the district's new curfew zone in Navy Yard is in place right now. This means large groups of kids are not allowed to get together. You can see the boundaries of that zone highlighted in yellow. And these extended restrictions come just in time for the start of spring break for DCPS students. It's large groups of 9 or more who are not allowed in Navy Yard if you're under 18 this weekend after 8 p.m. Then the citywide curfew happens starting at 11, and that runs until 6 in the morning. Tonight, President Trump is firing off critiques of Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger as the president is visiting his golf course in the Commonwealth. He alleges the Democratic governor is adding, quote, so many taxes, including a food and beverage tax, digital services tax, utility tax, claiming people are leaving Virginia and new companies who've come here during the previous Republican administration under Glenn Youngkin. Mr. Trump posting, quote, it all happened so fast. This went from a thriving and powerful place once envied by all to a commonwealth run by a person who has no concept of low taxes and economic strength, end quote. Governor Spanberger is punching back, saying the president and his allies are talking about taxes that our state legislature never even voted on, and I certainly did not sign. Why? She goes on to say, because if they don't flood the zone with fake news about fake taxes, people might hear about the bills I am signing to lower energy costs, strengthen our schools, more housing, more affordable, and bring billions of dollars of business investment to Virginia. A federal judge has extended the pause on that major TV station acquisition deal between Nexstar and Tegna. Nexstar is DC News Now's parent company. Tegna, the parent company of WUSA 9 here in DC. That judge extended the pause for an additional week to decide if a longer block on the deal is necessary. Now, this comes after 8 state attorneys general and DirecTV sued to block this merger, $6.2 billion one, arguing it would raise consumer prices, harm local journalism. Nexstar's attorneys said the deal will help expand local journalism and programming and fight big tech. The FCC recently approved the deal to allow Nexstar to ultimately own 265 TV stations in 44 states. The merge needed the FCC's approval because the government had to waive rules limiting how many local stations one company can own. Pepco wants to raise rates in Maryland, but the state's Public Service Commission has the final call on all of this. DC News Now's Yamari Sase reports how families say they're struggling to afford essentials and to keep up with their current energy bills.
Pulling more out of already a weakening or a strained community. I mean, you're going to put us in peril.
Delonte Harrison represents the Camp Springs Civic Association, where he says many residents are living off fixed incomes. He says in recent months, some people in his community, including himself, have already seen their energy bills double.
It's very frustrating. A lot of community is just comparing bills like it's a conversation piece.
Now Pepco is asking to increase its distribution rates, which could mean about an extra $11 to $12 a month for the average customer. The company says the increase is part of a long-term plan to improve reliability and prevent outages.
They're everything from substations that we would build to different programs that we would have to ensure that we were cutting down trees so that they don't fall on lines during storms. We're looking to try to continue to invest in the system to support what customers would like to see from a resiliency and reliability perspective.
But before anything is final, the Maryland Public Service Commission has to sign off. State regulators will hold public hearings next week, giving customers a chance to voice their concerns before a decision is made. For Harrison, he says right now the timing just doesn't make sense.
Maybe they should just take a year off or two until we get some finance things in order for the community, because you can't keep taking from places that we don't have money.
Our thanks to Yamari. Again, the final rate increase will be decided by the Maryland Public Service Commission. Pepco says it understands customers' concerns and has payment assistance programs up and running. Now, this is important for consumers. There are virtual public hearings. They're scheduled for April the 14th and the 17th, and a final decision will not be made until August. Meantime, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has laid out her proposed budget for fiscal year 2027. It's going to be her final one as mayor after she said she's not running again. The $21.2 billion plan is slightly lower than last year, and the mayor says that's due to some tough choices in a difficult economy. She says health care funding will be preserved. However, cuts are proposed to several high-profile programs. One major change impacts universal paid leave. The proposal will be a one-year pause on all new medical claims, except for parental leave. There's also no new enrollments for the Rapid Rehousing Program. That helps people who are experiencing homelessness. And the salaries for city employees will remain flat. Union negotiations will be on hold. And this proposal right now has some council members questioning the cuts.
Does this budget speak to the struggling working class people trying to stay in D.C.?
One of the biggest investments that we have with people who have lower incomes is in health care.
The mayor's office says Medicaid funding will remain fully intact even as costs rise. And she wants to shift away from the Pay Equity Fund initiative, too. That helps match pay of early childhood educators to school teachers. The budget now heads to council, which is going to debate and revise the budget over the next 2 months. One of your top stories, the Washington Capitals are wrapping up their home schedule tomorrow, hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. While the team is clinging to their playoff hopes, there is plenty of speculation this could be the final regular season home game for future Hall of Famer Alex Ovechkin.
There are a lot of mixed feelings among fans as to whether Sunday will be the last time they ever get to see Alex Ovechkin at home during the regular season.
I'll be there to honor him nonetheless.
Phil Kosmacki and fellow Capitals fan Mike Morgan believe Ovechkin will end his NHL career after this season.
I think it should be. I think it'd be wise to retire on an up note. An extra year wouldn't necessarily do him any good. Slowing down a little bit. He's hadn't quite been as integral to the team as he's been in the past, but comes with age. Like me, I'm the same way.
Others, including Frank McQueen Jr., don't believe Ovi will hang up his skates.
I think he has more left in the tank. I think he'll get to 1,000 goals. I really think he will if he just keeps up the pace.
Ovechkin said this week he will decide after the season. If he will return to the Caps for a 22nd year. But seeing Ovechkin in person Sunday will cost you. Ticket prices on StubHub early Saturday night ranged from $168 to $753. Earlier in the day saw tickets go as high as $6,800.
That's a Super Bowl ticket for real. Oh my God.
Man, it's really hard for just a casual family of four to go watch a sports game.
Not everyone is complaining.
For Ovi, it's worth it. Being experienced procrastinators, those prices start to come down at game time.
A chance to possibly see a future Hall of Famer at home one last time. Just a reminder, Sunday's game starts at 3 p.m. Outside Capital One Arena in Northwest, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave, and yes, thanks to Ovi for his career. The DC Defenders were back on Audi Field for their home opener against the Houston Gamblers today. That game comes after the Defenders defeated the Columbus Aviators, and they stole the show again. They dominated with a victory of 45-7. Fans were also given a special treat. Native DC rapper Wale headlined the halftime show, and the first 5,000 fans that arrived to the game were given T-shirts for the game's Red Out. Overall, the fans said they are happy for the team to be back home.
Amazing, man. The energy was great in here. I mean, come on, 2 plays, 80 yards. We eating, baby. It's nothing. It's nothing.
The Defenders will play again next Saturday at 12:30. Coming up in our next half hour, your DC News Now sports team will take a look at highlights from the game. Still ahead, taking you live to Augusta, Georgia. The Masters are on the green. What happened today on the course? Coming up.